So today, the president of South Korea has said that Trump deserves the Nobel Peace Prize. And this is going to make liberals go insane because a few days ago, before he said this, CNN is like releasing articles giving credit to Kim's sister, saying that she was instrumental in the peace talks because she went to the Olympics and handed a letter, hand delivered a letter and all this shit. But since he has come out and said this, it's like, okay, they need to give Trump credit now. So now they actually are forced to report somewhat positively about him, which is hilarious. One thing that you need to do, which if you want to get a laugh, is go on Twitter, go to CNN's Twitter feed or whatever, then look in their comments section whenever Trump or somebody is they're going to report positively on Trump. It's the funniest thing you will ever read. You just some of these people will be like unfollow, fuck you, blocked. Like it's the funniest shit. You need to go check it out. But they're forced to come out and give him praise now because for the past few months they're like he's crazy, he's gonna get everybody killed with this strategy, these sanctions that he's putting on him are gonna force Kim to react, and him hardballing China isn't a good idea, this and that. So it's a good thing that Trump didn't listen to anybody in the media or anybody like that, because if he did, we'd be in the same position we are, dealing with North Korea still shooting off fucking missiles and shit, or keep, like, who knows, they may still continue their nuclear program and shit. You can't really trust North Korea. But we Trump has definitely made huge strides. Like, they are meeting. It's been, like, I don't know, 50 some years since the North Korean president crossed to the South Korean border or whatever. Like, I'm pretty sure they ended that, like, 50, 60-year war declaration. Like, there is at least strides being made. And it's going to be really hard for liberals to take Trump, the evil man who's trying to kill or ruin people's of color's lives and all this shit, goes and helps a bunch of Asian people in a peninsula, right? And, like, pretty much will save the lives of, like, all those people in Seoul. Because if this does not get resolved eventually, then shit would have hit the fan and a lot of people would have been killed. It was just a matter of time. It was a ticking time bomb. So Trump acting the way he did is definitely did have an effect. And he should, if things keep going the way they're going, then by the standards by which they give Nobel Peace Prizes out, he should definitely win. Like, if this was Obama, he would already be nominated. There would be no question about it. Like, Obama got one when he got into office within the first few months. There's like, oh well, here we just give it to you because we're hoping that you do a good job, and this is kind of incentive. It's like, are you serious? And then a couple months after that, he, like, increased the troops in Afghanistan. So it's like, can you take these prizes back? So it's clearly bullshit. Even if he doesn't win it, it's like, we know that he deserves it. And that will just pretty much expose, I don't know, the organizers of the Nobel Peace Prize for being, like, having extreme liberal bias, or they're just afraid of getting lynched by liberals if they do, give it to him. Because people, they're so fucking brainwashed, like, so brainwashed, that even if he does solve this issue, they're gonna, like, the liberals, the liberal base, they're gonna give credit to Obama, or they're gonna give it to Kim's sister still. Like, there's literally nothing good that they can see in Trump whatsoever. And it doesn't matter what he does, and it just goes to show you that they're idiots when it does come to strategy. And Obama and that were dumb because they don't know how to fucking deal with these dictators. If anything, they help them. There's that news story out from Politico today. It was talking about how how Obama helped like Hezbollah pretty much flourish and stuff, and like he his government actively overlooked them to let them, expand their operations and shit, so then he could pass the deal through with Iran. The deal, which apparently from Netanyahu, we've heard today that Iran has been lying about their nuclear program, and they've actually been building it up. But once again, I don't really trust Israel and shit coming from them. So it's kind of difficult to say when it comes to that. But nonetheless, Obama should not have been helping Hezbollah. Hezbollah, they were trafficking drugs. They were making like $1 billion of drug money every single year, pretty much, like sending cars to Africa and then sending it back to America, and just laundering their money. And the DEA, all these people in the CIA were told to step down, to not prosecute a lot of people. So that was just let flourish by Obama. And he, was funding the CIA, or the CIA under him was funding the rebels within Syria, all of this shit. So it's like all of his policies did not work. They actively made the issue worse, or they did absolutely nothing. If he sets a red line or whatever, he won't enforce it. Not that I'm saying I wanted him to enforce it in Syria, but nonetheless, he was very an ineffectual leader. Like, China didn't respect him, but clearly China does respect Trump, or they fear him to some extent. But like, there's this recent article that CNN did today. It's like, Trump deserves credit for Korean thaw. So, read the comments under that in Twitter. You'll sure laugh, like I said earlier. But, this is a couple quotes from the articles. Trump's policy strategy since has been surprisingly linear and coherent for an administration that has unfolded in a whirl of chaos. So, this is the narrative. Like, yeah, it's crazy. It's a bunch of crazy shit in his administration. They don't know what's going on. All these people are leaving and getting fired. They don't know how to run things. It's all disorganized. That's the narrative they've been going on with. But, either way, you're getting results in North Korea, and for foreign policy at the very least. The administration succeeded in enacting the most stringent sanctions regime yet imposed on North Korea, and crucially get more buy-in from China for more pressure on its nominal ally North Korea than ever before. So yeah, he got China to play ball. If those sanctions are indeed behind North Korea's decision to come to the table, Trump's effusive praise of China's President Xi Jinping during a state visit last year, for which he was widely criticized, could be validated. So it's like, yes, Trump knows how to play the game, how to play the great game. And the liberals before do not. And the people in power for a long time have not. And, Trump supporters, here's another quote, Trump supporters believe that his fierce rhetoric last year, when he vowed to rain fire and fear in North Korea, may also be responsible for unblocking the diplomatic deadlock that stretched over several administrations. So yeah, when he was saying this, people were like, oh, he's going to start World War III. Oh my God. But when in reality, the people trying to start World War III are Democrats trying to instigate a war with Russia, trying to invade in Syria and do a regime change. That is most likely going to start a world war compared to North Korea. Who is North Korea really going to ally with to start a world war? Nobody. Even China wouldn't back them. So, you're idiots for thinking that. But it's possible that, this is kind of a funny line though, it's possible that a glimpse into the president's mind did convince China that he may actually be willing to do something unthinkable if it did not get more serious about imposing economic sanctions. So, if other leaders think you're a little crazy, they may actually work with you, because they'd be like, well, maybe he will kill us all. So maybe the liberals' rhetoric about his insanity and maybe he's going to start a world war, and if North Koreans are looking at the American media and they're like, holy shit, this guy is fucking insane, right? So, you may have just helped Trump, and maybe he probably used the media to his advantage within that whole thing. He knew that the media would view it like that and would just use it, and he would use it as a signal boost for Kim to see it. But nonetheless, hopefully it keeps going this way, and hopefully peace does get resolved in the peninsula. But that's all I pretty much had to say. If you like my content, subscribe and check me out on Twitter, Gab, Minds, and everything's in the description or the link below or description below. Take it easy.